Here she is. Get up here without killing myself. Get a wet butt. This was a find of a century. Last summer, I found that plow and these implements that I was going to put on this A, and I found out that they don't fit an A because the bracketry is different. So when I went and bought this, I also found out that there was this tractor was sitting there, and this is what they belonged to. And I found out that the person who had it, we found out we were a long lost family, but that he had passed, and this was his tractor. He plowed his garden patch with it. He loved this tractor. He took very well care of it. It was under a tarp. It had these cans all over everything. The rims were rotted out on it though, but these tires still held air. They're pretty old and dry rotted. Eventually we'll get new ones, but for right now I'm gonna revel in the fact that for 500 bucks, I was able to take this thing home. Amongst my tractors that I have the H, the A, and the BN, and I've only started collecting within the last 2 years, I'd say. And I sank a lot of money getting the H repaired and a decent amount rebuilding the A, and we're not done yet. So this one, the H is mine, the A is John's, and this one pretty much has the next one in line's name on it. This is the BN for Ben. This is going to be Benny Boys. My hope is to, I get to pay for them, but my kids get to have tractors, so pretty good deal for them. We got this thing home about a month and a half ago or so. Didn't run. Wheels were shot. I had some spare on a parts A, a lot of which we used to rebuild this A, and we were able to put those on. That was the first step, was get the wheels done, and then I immediately I looked inside of this thing. This thing was pretty gummed up. So John Boy and I started to tear it apart, took the carburetor off, the fuel line out, the fuel bowl, cleaned everything, hooked everything back together, and tried to start it. It hadn't ran for a while, so it was puttering, but we were gonna try and pull start and pop the clutch with one of the other tractors, and that's when we noticed the carb was leaking, the carburetor back apart, and thought that maybe the gasket's bad, and it could still be bad. I mean, it leaks a little bit, but it seems like there was a part of the gasket that was warped, causing the float to stick open, flooding it with gas. But if we turn it on and start it up right away, it fires right up and it runs good. It keeps the gas running through the system. So I took it for a little spin, and it ran great. I mean, this thing idles down to a crawl. There's a few minor things I want to fix on it. I want to get a better muffler setup, exhaust on it. As with all of mine, this has been a slow process, especially with these old tractors. But it's an addiction unlike any other, because it's really cool. These things they're American steel. The fact that they're 80 years old and they still, obviously the quality of how they're taken care of matters. Who had them, who took care of them, and how long, when they were rebuilt. And you can still get, you might not get original parts, but, they're really good tractors. From a homestead side, I think it's neat to have old tractors, because homesteading's about as the sustainability part of it, and the fact that you can get these tractors for a few $100s or a few thousand versus new tractors, which will cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And might not even, hold up. These are obviously row crop tractors, so different application versus loader tractors and stuff. But the goal for me with these old tractors is to restore them. I was very happy with the condition of this. The paint's a little chipped here and there, but it was well taken care of for as old as it is. And it's an homage to the guy that owned it. And to kind of circle around back to that point, as far as the homesteading, our homestead is a very old place. I think this place was a homestead before homesteads were popular. Homesteading seemed more popular nowadays than it's ever been. But this is a old place. This is in the Pigeon Hills, where it's a lot of stone and hills. So they cultivated this ground to have a nice patch in here. And this tractor is going to do that job. That's why I bought it. I needed a plow. I'm gonna plow this field, hopefully for many years to come. Get everything coordinated, get everything working on it, get it all put together to do its job. And I think this thing is going to be a great tractor. It's an excellent shape for its age. For an 80-year-old tractor, I think it did a lot of plowing in its day, because this is a specific plow for this specific tractor. So I look forward to the fun of working with John Boy again to get this tractor and his tractor as well, with the cultivators I just bought for it, to use all my tractors to plow, disc, and cultivate this patch and do all other odds and ends jobs around this little homestead of ours. And more importantly, the fact that these are still around and well taken care of, I think will be around for a very long time to come. I enjoy teaching my kids about the old stuff, the old ways, and the bonding that occurs when we work on this stuff together, and just the fun, the adventure of just figuring out the challenges of getting our own collection. Because you look at these old timers that do these, and they spent years painting them, tinkering with them, working them. My cousin and uncle are into the Alice Chalmers. They've spent years getting their collection of Alice Chalmers tractors and implements that were specific to these. I don't have any particular reason why I went with farmall, other than the fact that everyone that I've bought from is someone I've known or found out I was really related to distantly in the family. So everyone has someone that I know personally that I bought it from, and has a story behind it. And before you know it, I'm probably going to end up snagging more deals, even though my wife doesn't want me to the point where all 6 of us will probably have our own tractor. So, but it's going to have to, I can't have any duplicates. I'm going to have a well, there's an H. I might have to give John the H eventually. Maybe I'll have to get an M, something big for Big Papa. But yeah, we still got a couple of options out there. We got the M, we got the Cub, and we got the C. We could and there's still the Super Series. And then if I just keep finding all these deals, I'll have to go to the number series. The 230, the 130, the 400. Sky's the limit. This was the best one so far. Hopefully, if I get too many more though, I think we're gonna have to upgrade to a bigger place, or start buying out some neighbors or something, because we're gonna need some land to store all these tractors. But I've been enjoying it so far. This has been the easiest, most well-tamed tractor so far. So I got really lucky. I'm very happy with this tractor. I'm happy for my boys too. Let them learn how to drive these old clutch tractors and kind of man them up, harden them up a little bit, make them men. Learn how to push these clutch pedals in. I think Ben's gonna have a little bit of a nervous time at first working with this, but we're excited. So stay tuned, and hopefully more to come. I want to keep making more videos on us putting the plow together, figuring this out, and hopefully I had to have land and plow and disc my garden because I wasn't ready in time, and we got to start getting plants in the ground. But hopefully from here on out, we'll have all these tractors riding like tops. Follow along as we put the A back together complete and working like a top, and get it painted and make it look a little more red like the other ones. And then maybe we'll have a video with us. Maybe we'll hit the streets and hit the neighborhood with a little farmall tractor parade in the future. So stay tuned, more to come.